How do we perform the jab? So first you get into your fighting stance. In this case, I will be showing it from a right-handed stance. You get in your stance, and first we will do it stationary. So you do it like this. So the arm doesn't flare out, the elbow doesn't flare out when you do the jab. Yes, you can do it that way, but it's not correct. What you want to be doing is having your hand next to your ribs, extending it that way, and at the end of the shot, you rotate the wrist. You also turn the shoulders. And you also turn the foot. Only when you do it stationary. In motion, we will do it a bit differently, but right now, you turn the foot. And the turning of the foot is like you're doing a twist. Let's twist again, like we did last summer. Sorry for my bad impersonation of the song, but I wanted to get the point across that you want to twist. Some people have a very hard time understanding this move, which is very simple. You're basically putting your heel to the side and exhale. Or so this is how you do the jab from another angle. What you also do is you push off the back leg a little bit. Lean into the jab a little bit. A little bit. A little bit. The back leg will play a major part in jabbing while we're moving forward. Also, of course, the impact surface with all punches is the first two knuckles here. So you want to be hitting it with this. Keep the chin low. The other arm is protecting your face. And you do the jab. The shoulder is protecting your face, your chin from this side. So don't jab like that. Jab like this. It's almost as if you wanted to dislocate your shoulder. Jab and the cross are long-range weapons, so you'll use them from long range. Now, the jab in motion. How do we jab while moving? This is the most important way to jab, and I will show you how to do this. First, I will show you how to do this semi-stationary. You will see what I mean. What you do is this. You go and you jab by taking one step forward, one step back. Only with the front leg. Later, we will include the back leg as well. You'll see what I mean. So. Notice that both my hand and my foot are coordinated. They are working simultaneously and are hitting at the same time. When my fist hits the target, my foot lands on the floor. And at the same time, they retreat back. Okay? The back leg is very important. It's pushing. It's pushing. You cannot just somehow step into it. You have to push off the back leg. It's kind of like a fencing move. If you ever saw fencing, those guys do this. They, of course, go lower with the sword, but it's the same move, basically. It's the jab. So, again. You can do this with a partner that's holding the pad. You can hit the heavy bag like this as an exercise. It's a really good exercise. You can also touch the partner's shoulder like this. So that's basically the jab with the step in. And now I'll show you how to jab in motion. What you do is basically the same thing as before with the step in, but you also bring the back leg in front when you step. I'll show you what I mean. So, jab and step, get the back leg in front. From this angle, okay, so just like before, we jabbed, but instead of going back, now we're going to jab, and when we retreat, when we retract this hand, we come with the back foot closer. The point is to be in the same stance as when you started doing the jab. So if you started from this stance, from this width, you want to return to that width. So that's basically the rule in striking. Whenever you move around, you want to push off the leg. You want to, of course, you have to take the step, then you have to widen the stance. You have to widen the stance, but then you recompose it again. So then it's the same width as it was in the beginning. So you never want to do this to widen it or to shorten it. It has to be approximately the same width. It's the same thing when you jab. You jab, you widen your stance a bit, then you get back, and you get back, and you get back. So again, make sure that you coordinate your hand and your feet. So as before, the jab and the front foot are working simultaneously. Then when you want to move your back foot closer, you do that when you retract the jab at the same time. So again, it's synchronized. So now we're going to show you a stationary jab, meaning a stationary jab on a pad. We have already done a stationary jab without a pad. It's the same thing, just you use the pad. So he's not going to step in this time. He's just going to do the jab stationary. Usually when we do a stationary jab, you rotate on your foot. You don't have to. You can just let it go, let the jab go without rotation. But it's better to do it with the rotation because you get some more hip power in. And I like to teach beginners to use the hip that way. So next we will do the jab semi-stationary. He's going to be one step away from me. So when he extends his hand, a little bit more please. When he extends his hand, extend please, extend. Yeah, so make a step with with the hand extended like that. So yeah, when he makes one step, he can touch my pad, he can hit my pad. So we're going to do it like this. He's just going to use his rear leg to propel him forward and then go back. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, go. So we're now going to do the jab while he's walking, while he's stepping. So you do it by, can you move a little bit? Yeah. So you do it by stepping with pushing off your back leg. Push, then return. Push, return. When I say return, I mean get your hand back. Get your hand back after the step in, and also step with the back leg, so you end up being in the same stance that you were in before you started. So it looks like this. As you can see, I'm moving back, he's moving in front, and I'm high-fiving him. This is very important. And you do this by walking the entire length of your dojo and punching. So make sure you high-five him and make sure the punch lands at its full length. Exactly. Which means, get it extended please. Not here. When it lands, come here. When it lands, it has to have a little bit of space for penetration. Go. Yes. So it's not it's not this is no punch. It's here so it can extend.
If you'd like to take your MMA training further, check out my free video called 6 Cardinal Sins of MMA Training.